Unbelievable ending there, Coach. We'll just start there. They missed a field goal that would have won it. They scored in overtime, missed an extra point, then Quentin Cooley scored one of 3 touchdowns. How'd you get it done?
Yeah, I mean, it was it looked bleak, obviously, and I knew the field goal would be challenging because it was against the wind. That the wind was pretty good there, and I really mad prior to that. We had the ball, whatever yard line it was. We had a chance to go down and put ourselves in field goal offensively. We've got to go finish there, and the defense is the guy to get them off the field. They had a chance, they missed it, and then they went right down the field. And for him to hit that upright, was in 2020. We went in overtime, and we hit the upright. And so I was thinking, oh, here goes deja vu. But for a good thing. And once we offensively out there, we knew, hey, we're giving the ball to Cooley, and we knew he'd get his touchdown. So it was much needed. I'm a little still ticked off about the first half, but it was good.
And I'm going to go there. You're down 20-7, down 13. I thought it was key, though, in that third quarter, your defense, 2 3-and-outs to begin that third, to set that tone for that third quarter. What adjustments defensively did you make here at halftime?
It wasn't schematically. Is our defense has to learn. We didn't tackle well, and they got to learn how to play with the same consistent intensity. We can't play. They're starting quarterbacks out. They're not going to be as good, And there's good football players all across the country. And it wasn't a schematic change. It was more of a heart change, a more mindset change. And I thought they played really well. We got wore down there a little bit in the fourth quarter. Gave up a couple things there we shouldn't have. But I think that was the key. We scored offensively to get back in it, and really had a chance to score, on the second drive out of halftime. And I think we had a penalty or something that set us back. We hadn't got caught on that penalty all year long, and that crew caught it on us twice where they jumped. In one of those things. But I think that was the key. They got some stops, allowed us to get back in the game and get the momentum going into the Flames quarter. And we took the lead, and went back and forth there. A lot of I'm excited about the win, but one of those that it reminded me of the first, 6 games. And that's not – and I told them in there, if that's who you want to be, we might as well pack up the rest of the season because we won't win another game. And we can't play to the level of a competition. We got to play to the standard. And we had a good week of practice. I thought we practiced well, but you got to come out and mentally be ready to go. And I have to do a better job. That falls back on me, getting them ready to play. We came out better intensity second half. I got to get us to come out in the first half that way.
Your first 2 scoring drives in that third, double-digit drives, a couple of third-down conversions. Your passing game, Caden was only 9-16 today, but you got enough to open up some of that running game. Would you agree on that?
Yeah, I mean, the way they played us, they were playing deep. Their safeties were playing deep. They were trying not to give up any really explosive plays. And then, when we're throwing it, we had some drop passes too. And sometimes you just get to the point where, well, crap, if we're going to drop it, we might as well just run it up in there. And I thought Caden did a great job of scrambling, doing some good things and making some plays. And we had some plays to make. We just didn't – we missed some one-on-ones, some different things where we had shots to make, and we just didn't make them. And so we got to make those plays to get more opportunities. But I thought Caden did a really nice job of moving when it needed to make a play. He made one. And even that last drive, we're on that third down, it gets tipped. He's open. We got a chance to catch that and catch and run and put ourselves in a good position. But one of those things went against us. And so, but thankfully we were able to get it going in the second half and score when we needed to score and not have to punt.
Couple more thoughts here. Joined by Jamie Chadwell. Liberty wins over UMass in overtime, 35-34. 4 minutes left, 4th and 7 at the UMass 16. You're down 28-21. Fade in the end zone. You get the flag. What did you see from that play? And you ultimately scored to tie the game.
Yeah, I really thought it was a pass interference on the third down.
100%. I agree with you.
So maybe it was a makeup. I mean, it could have went either way, right? And we've had so many go against us, so thankfully got one. But I really thought the third down one was worse. It was a bang. But that's what happens when you throw the ball up. Sometimes they call it, sometimes they don't. Unfortunately, that went our way. And obviously we were able to score there and find a way to win this game. And at the end of the day, that's to try to find a way to win is the most important thing we did. I mean, that kick that, Colin made, I mean, that's not easy. And this extra point, Ryan Manis, our snapper, Max Morgan, our holder, it's an extra point. We do it all the time. But when if you make it, you're going to win the game, and the other guy just doinks it off the upright. There's a little pressure, and those guys, the operation was great, our protection was great, and that was Colin got more nervous singing the victory song than he did kicking that out there, and so he was ice in his veins. So I was pleased for us to finish the game.
Final thought: what can you share with me about Bentley Hanshaw, Alex Oliver, who left the game in the first half with injuries?
Yeah, I don't know all the details of it. My my assumption would be they're probably out for a little while. That's what it looked like. Anytime you're on crutches, or anytime it's an ankle, especially if it's a high ankle, something of that nature. I don't know all the details, but my assumption that's probably a couple two-week thing, probably the rest of the season. If I had to assume, hopefully not. You never know. Sometimes the bodies heal a little bit differently, but both of those guys are very valuable to us. Bentley's obviously a captain and plays really well, and so losing him will be a big challenge for us. Austin Henderson's already out, so that's taking some hits there. But hopefully we get back. We'll see where they're at, and hopefully we can put ourselves in a position to get those guys back.
And speaking of tight ends, Jacob Jenkins had a couple of great catches for you today. Want to go through the final drive in overtime? They score, miss the extra point. You get Cooley. 1-yard gain, literally right inside the 5, and then he scores right after that. Take us through. You're down 6, but you do score to ultimately help
so first play, we were trying to take a shot based off of how they had been playing, and we had a guy, and they got underneath it. Caden did a good job of not forcing it, scrambled out, and I thought we got positive yards there, which was big. You don't want to take a sack. If you're 2nd and 10, so we end up getting a 2nd and 2, and now we can get back into some things we do. And obviously had a great run, got down in there, and then that last play, he stopped. It looked like about the 2-yard line from my vantage point, and our O-line just pushes him in, and just seeing everybody celebrating, excited about getting a victory, because they know it was dire straits. They know what we looked like in the first half. Our team did. And they were embarrassed. Frankly, I was too, and I told them that, and not so many words. And to be able to come out and play better, again, we didn't play perfect, but we played the way we're capable of from an intensity standpoint, and so I'm glad we got the win.